Before I give you the next exercise, let me just quickly give you a reminder of what we've done in the past. So when you try and differentiate, let's say when you try and differentiate y equals inverse sine of x, so a simple inverse sine of x here. If you differentiate this, you would get 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay. But the thing is, if you have something complicated, you see here it's nice and simple. It's just an x. But if you have something complicated, let's say 3x to the power of 7 minus 5x squared, say. If you have something complicated in here, then you have to follow through this process. So hang on. So starting from this, sine equally to both sides, that will then give you this. And then use implicit differentiation. So that will then give you this. But then over on this side, you have to differentiate the bubble here. So when you're trying to differentiate this, nice and simple, it will give you 1 over root this thing. It will give you this thing here. But when you have something complicated, you have to follow through this process. So starting from here, sine equally to both sides, I will then give you this. But then use from here, use implicit differentiation. So that will then take you to here. Remember, from here, you have to differentiate this bubble here. That's why you've got this bubble prime here. Okay, so you got to from here you got to differentiate the bubble itself. So that will then take you to here, and then dy by dx equals this thing here. But then from here we would need to revert back to here, and we've done all this before. So we need to translate this cos of y. Blah blah blah. We've done this before, so if you don't understand this, track it down, track back one of the early videos. So dy by dx would be this. So in the case of the bubble being complicated, you would need to do this. In the case of 3x squared, what to the power of whatever here, you need to differentiate this bubble. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you're trying to differentiate something complicated in here, if you're trying to differentiate something complicated in here, so it will be you differentiating it, but then you've got to times the derivative of the bubble itself. Okay, just bear that in mind. When it's okay if you're trying to differentiate this. This is nice and easy. If you differentiate this, it will be 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. But then if you have something complicated, then differentiate it as normal, but then you've got to times with the derivative of the bubble itself. So just bear this in mind when I give you the next problem here. So now integrate this. So remember, when you're trying to integrate, keep an eye out on something being the derivative of another thing. So in this case, if you try and integrate this, it would be something to do with logs. Okay, and also keep an eye out for this. 1 over this thing here. Well, if you try and integrate this, it would be something along the line of tan or whatever here. Inverse tan. If you differentiate this, it would give you something along the line of this. So keep an eye out for this. Keep an eye out for this, and now keep an eye out for this, because when you differentiate inverse sine, of x, you would get something along the line of this. Okay, so if you integrate this, you should get something along the line of inverse sine of x. Bear in mind, okay, so now integrate this. I will tell you the answer in the next video, but press pause and have a go.